President Buhari may not be Nigeria's best president ever, but the man definitely has got sense more than some of you think he doesn't. Una go shock. Una go shock. And on this note, I stand with President Buhari because the embarrassment is getting too much. Every small opportunity that this APC guy is campaigning for Tinubu has is to sub him. You cannot even name one thing that the man has done well. You are not comfortable because they don't give you power to dive into the Nigerian treasury. And that's the problem. The man, and it's painful, it's very painful. Very painful. If I were President Buhari's shoes, I would do the same thing. He has responded. Every small opportunity Tinubu has is to say the hope that has been jittery, the failure of this country. President Buhari has responded. And he responded in the abroad, in United Nations Heads of Government Assembly. That's where to respond, to indicate to the world that his best legacy will be to provide a free and fair and credible elections. That is a huge response. And I'm happy about that. Because the truth of the matter is that is what you people are waiting for. You are looking for a machinery, you want to blackmail into a corner so that you will have to usurp the power of the people and give the electoral empire a kind of waiver so that they can allow you. It will not work. It will not work. Watch President Buhari making a bold, loud, and emphatic statement in New York, insisting that his legacy, forget about the second River Niger Bridge, forget about everything that he said he has done. My legacy will be a free and fair election. Watch.
We believe in the sanctity of constitutional term limits, and we have steadfastly adhered to it in Nigeria. We have seen the corrosive impact on values when leaders elsewhere seek to change the rules to stay on power. Indeed, we now are preparing for general elections in Nigeria next February. At the 78th Anga, there will be a new face at this podium speaking for Nigeria. Ours is a vast country, strengthened by its diversity and its common values of hard work, enduring faith, and a sense of community. We have invested heavily to strengthen our framework for free and fair elections. I thank you. I thank our partners.
Have you seen the video? What does that tell you? The man is ready for the war. He wants to get it. So let's even calm down a bit. Have you asked yourself, why did President Buhari not endorse Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the presidential candidate of the party? Why was he not first, second, not even third on the league? Why? Suddenly. And the spillover of the lack of trust for Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the effect of why there was not so much powers, opportunity, or privileges given to Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo all this through the 7 years of this government because of the Tinubu's factor. If a man that joins hands with you to bring you to power, you cannot trust him. How else? What are you trusting about this man? If Buhari that knows him, at least to an extent, understands this man, business, politicking, everywhere in this country, why are you trusting him? Why? You of course you are aware by now that he wasn't President Buhari's candidate. And even though he went to blackmail him somewhere in Abeokuta, President Buhari stood his ground. Even he wasn't the party candidate. You heard, of course, that the chairman of the party endorsed the current Senate president. What does that tell you? It was clear that they didn't want this man to power. He has had manipulated his way to power. He won, right? And then now all of you are jumping. You think Buhari will be happy? He's not. And I'm happy that he's not happy. Only one word Buhari has said that is causing fights everywhere. Everywhere, Oshiomhole and Dino, they are jittering. This is not the real hope that is jittering. This one is they are not jittering. You see all these things. See, let's calm down a bit. But I never say anything. This election, I have said it before. In a very sane society, Peter Obi's only opposition will be INEC, not even Atiku or Tinubu. In a sane society, and Buhari knows he is going to do. See, Tinubu can win a free and fair election, then that's fine. That's fine. But you think using Buhari and the electoral empire to manipulate this election like what we are hearing now? And let's call INEC. INEC should be ready because we are watching. You said the other day that they will practice and manipulation in the electoral registration process, in the voting registration process. You said that so many persons did double registration, a lot of other names and all that. Please, when you clean up that register, let it also be public. Again, we want to keep an eye on you because the figures we got from Ponu, The figures we got from Borno, from Lagos, and a few other places, we are watching. We are watching. We want to see how well you have cleaned it and how decent it is. Because sincerely, 2015 election, prior 2015 election, go back. Buhari didn't grant any interview. He was only speaking on podiums for campaigns. No interview. He didn't even attend the presidential debate. He still went ahead to him. Because at that time, the interest of Nigeria was to sack Goodluck Jonathan and replace him with a man that was seen as a messiah, who will not be corrupt and who will ensure that all our loopholes and loose ends are covered. I don't know if that happened yet. We are not discussing that now. Look at it now. Are you seeing that Tinubu is going to rest, prepare himself for a long time of debating? He's even had an interview already upon landing in this country. What does that tell you? The game has changed. The game has changed. The thought force has changed the game entirely. So it's no longer business as usual. What they actually wanted was to blackmail the man and make the man force him to become the president of this country. But they have seen that Buhari has removed his hands from anything, and they are even using his voice against him. Ask yourself, why did Buhari not intervene in Oshiomhole's removal for being national chairman of the party? Why did Buhari support another party in a dossier, for example, with all the machineries, legal machineries in place to ensure that his party did not rig the 2020 election in those states? You think he's no fool? He has sense. He understands clearly that given this, all the things that Buhari may have done, just like Jonathan government was at one of the most corrupt of his era. But by leaving office after a clean, free, fair, credible elections, that put his name in the sands of time and his honor among elites in this country. That's what Buhari wants to do. He may not have been able to change the economy, may not be able to do a lot, but he wants to ensure that this country is left in the hands of a free and fair election. Let us move on. If there wasn't a situation of going back in 2019, I'm not sure Buhari will not be using this as part of his agenda of legacy of living in the country. Don't you get it? Because it took us back. And Buhari understands that 2019 election, let's not even go there. So I'm telling you, watch these remaining people, Oshiomhole and Dino Oshiomhole, crying over what Buhari said in New York. They are crying. The thing they pain them. They pain them. Wahala don't start. Now it is time for you to go to the field and work. Forget all this one. I thought you guys said that Peter Obi, a social media candidate. From social media, you started seeing rallies. People to show to you or to imply to you that we have got men on the ground. Now you are not doing rallies. You are not even doing 5 million march rally. Wait, thank God that Peter B is the one setting the pace. And guess what? Sincerely, let's be very frank. It is not Peter Obi that is organizing any of these rallies. In short, he has not been involved. There are people without influencers. People are just gathering up together to go and do these rallies for you. But you are using your machineries, your elements, your systems, the people in your government to go and chairman of parks and garages to go and do rally. We are not even. We don't have. This is a group of Nigerians who are desperately wanting Nigeria to work. Don't worry. You are done, Abi. You are done with rallies. Okay. Get ready for the next phase. Get ready for the next phase. Don't never say anything. Thank you, Buhari. Thank you for showing to us that Tinubu is not the man, that you don't even trust him enough to hand over the country to him. Watch this video of Dino Oshiomhole and Oshiomhole. How they are crying over split milk. Don't never say anything. Free and fair elections. Let's go to the polls. No magomago, no juju. How come on for that?
Our President Muhammad Buhari, told the world, the United Nations, consciously, that one of the legacies he would like to leave behind is free, fair election, devoid of violence and manipulation. I think we should acknowledge it. We may take that as a given, but I want to remind, particularly those from PDP here, that the first PDP president, when he was leaving power, is on record, even in a channel television, when he said to Nigerians, the 2007 election is a do or die for PDP. And I remember then, as president of NLC, I engaged him that Nigerians will not die because the election is coming. But we have made progress. He was succeeded happily by President Jonathan, who said his own election is not worth the blood of any Nigerian. That was a remarkable improvement from Obasanjo's legacy. And President Buhari has the next president, Yar'Adua, which was elected after the do or die proclamation by President Obasanjo, because people must know when they speak that it will be recorded for them. He said the election that produced him was not fair. It could have been better. He reluctantly accepts because he doesn't want confusion, but he commits himself to reforming the electoral process. Unfortunately, you all know he died before that agenda was concluded. I think that even the worst critic of President Buhari will admit that Buhari has not tried to misuse the armed forces or the police in order to have electoral advantage for people running election on his platform or even his own election. At every stage, he has insisted that he wants to leave behind a legacy of free and fair election. And I'm sure he will do that.
You will recall when President Buhari talked about Kere Jini, Biri Jini, and meaning that both the baboon and the dog will be soaked in blood. And indeed, because of that statement, after the 2011 election, there was violence across this country in the northern part of Nigeria. Many Nigerians lost their lives as a result of that statement from Muhammadu Buhari. That of Obasanjo did not necessitate any violence. So when you point one finger to somebody, know that four are pointing at you. We are here to discuss Nigeria and not to apportion blame. We are here to talk about how to better our electoral system and not to apportion blame. But if you come with that scorecard, we are veterans in that class.
Right. No, but I need to clear this.
Just 30 seconds.
If you hadn't mentioned the name of President Muhammadu Buhari, I would say anything. You started it. You threw the first stone, I threw two. And if I had to, I would throw more. Because you were taking of Buhari in 2011, he was the president. You banned us. Because President Buhari became the president of Nigeria under APC platform. In 2011, I didn't share the same political platform with President Muhammadu Buhari. In any case, he's not the subject here. But you choose to emphasize the president. You choose to emphasize APC. You mentioned that APC dominate the National Assembly. He produced the president as if you have not done that before. That was why it was necessary to remind you of your past. Because if you forget your past, you won't know where you are going. And it's important to make the point that your party started the whole issue of police playing a role that they shouldn't even need to play. We all ought to behave decently. But your president said it's a do or die. We need to remind Nigerians. But today I am proud that the current president says he will leave a legacy of free, fair, violence-free election. Let's have conversation on that basis.
All right,
if you don't mention my president's name, I will not mention your previous one. But if you do, I will reply.
No, yes, I will. Yes, I will. Let me make this contribution. Two very important issues. And 30 seconds very quickly. You see, Mr. Chairman, it's important for us not to take Nigerians for granted. Yes, President Muhammadu Buhari made that comment internationally that he will bequeath a free and fair election. Yeah. It is not a favor to Nigerians. It's a responsibility.
It is.
So we should not wrongly interpret that.
Yeah.
Secondly, why you see people are worried. You know, I have made my comment and I did not go into that, but it's because of your comment I'm coming back. Why Nigerians are worried was because the last time names were sent for national commissioners in INEC, a sitting special assistant to the president, a card-carrying member of the APC, Mrs. Loretta Onoche, was nominated. It took the entire country. 200 million Nigerians have to stand up on their feet to get the government to withdraw that name. So people are concerned because they don't want that to happen again.